Mary Barra is obviously a force at GM, and we're pleased that she's engaged with us at the Hall of Fame and recommending such. Did your time overlap with her slightly?
Oh yes, yeah, definitely.
What can you share with us about her management style, and what was fun for you, and what thoughts do you have for her?
I first met Mary several positions before she was in the position she's in today. And there was an initiative that the company had that we were both brought in. I'm not sure if I was VP of design even or not. And she has a real experience in manufacturing and spent a lot of time in factories. Really got to know her when she was head of product development. And I really liked the way she ran product development. Her management style, she is tough. She is very tough, but she's very fair, and she listens, and she respects the people that she has in place in key positions, and listens to them, and counsels with them. I just think the relationship we had during that period was really special. And the design reviews were great, and she knew, and she would give her opinions. I mean, although, she said, Ed, you're the design expert, you and your team. And she had strong opinions, but, I was the expert. So it was great working with her there. And then as chairman, we still had design reviews, not as often. I wish we had more than we did. And as things became challenging in other areas of the company, we saw less and less of her, but always appreciated a design review with Mary.
You mentioned her leadership of product development, and you mentioned strong opinions. You put those two names together, and the name Bob Lutz is bound to come up in the conversation. Can you compare or contrast or talk about the differences of working with those two individuals in product development from a design side?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to compare them at all. It was so totally different. And the times are different as well. And Bob, in some ways, reminds me a lot of Sloan. In his knowledge and understanding of so many areas of the business, much like Sloan. I mean, after all, it was not Harley Earl's idea to create the design organization.
Right.
That came from Sloan, and
right.
And his guy said that, Earl was the guy to do it. But Bob's understanding of design and of so many areas of the company is incredible. And I enjoyed working with him, the collaboration with him. He clearly, more with me personally than publicly, you're the design expert, not me, and
that's interesting, because that's not the persona the public often saw.
I know, exactly. But when it comes down to, some pretty tough decisions on design, he would just look at me, for the answer.
He would defer to you. That's great.
Yeah, when we brought Camaro back, first off, I was the one who wanted to do the car, and he was not as interested in doing it as a concept, and he said, this retro thing is in, and we needed to do something and for the Detroit Auto Show. And I said, let's do a Camaro. And Camaro had not been out in production that long, and there were some people who were afraid to do it. They thought, we'd have an issue with manufacturing or something. There are issues.
Right. Bring it back.
Issues, So, but I said,
we made a big to-do about the end of the Camaro. Yeah, I understand.
I said, look, you look at the auction house, you look at Barrett Jackson, first generation Camaros are selling for crazy amount of money. There's an interest there. And I think we should do a Camaro. And he wasn't real thrilled about the idea, but I said, well, okay, I'll let you go ahead and see what you can do, and we'll decide. And so we quickly developed the theme model for the concept car. Initially, it really looked like a 68 Camaro. It really did.
Mm-hmm.
But it did not have.
Are you referring to the Boniface team? Oh,
Yeah,
that Camaro?
yeah.
Yes.
And but it did not have the energy that it needed.
Bob Boniface, just for the benefit of the video, is who we're talking about, and his team in advanced design, right?
He was running advanced design, and they did a great job of creating a Camaro, and it was very much 68 Camaro, reminded me a lot of it, but it didn't have that that energy that we really needed. So I decided to create a competition between his team and Tom Peters, who had just completed work on some Corvette stuff. And so they worked in secret locations. It was a great design exercise. And instantly, Boniface's car got better without seeing what Tom Peters was doing. But once he got in the competition, his car just got better. And we brought them together. We had a review, and they thought I was going to make a decision. And I said, "You've seen each other's work. You have a couple more weeks to refine your designs." And we brought them back. Bob was with me. They both looked great. Bob Lutz was with me, and he looked at them, and his eyes got big, and he said, "They look great." He said, "Ed, you make the call," and he left.
Wow.
And I like both designs very much, and we decided to go with Tom Peters' design. But the Boniface design had a huge influence on what it was we were doing. And Boniface didn't have time to really, sulk over not having his design picked, because immediately gave him the project to do the Chevy Volt.
Mm.
So he took off on that, and Tom Peters took off on the Camaro. Yeah.
The photographs of those two cars on the patio are great stuff, and I think we could probably get permission to show those now. There's a third car on the patio, yours. Tell us about at what point in the process of reviving the Camaro you decided to pick up a 69.
Yeah,
was it before?
It was before, and
okay.
And I brought it in. Well, this whole Gen 1 Camaro, in particular 69, in my opinion, was super hot, and one became available at a nice price. They made me an offer I couldn't refuse, and I bought it. And so when we started work, I brought it in and pretty much kind of left it in the hands of the studio, to be inspired by, but I wanted something that was really fresh.